Here we go. Welcome to another episode of Avalon. I have since changed it from Avalon by Night because I just tired of the by night title. Tonight we are starting off in the Vox. It is an Elysium all the time, but specifically on the fourth floor, it has been completely cordoned off for meetings and whatnot. The Prime and Gen councilors are actually meeting for their usual weekly discussion. And there is a new kindred in the city who must introduce. Well, there are some new kindred in the city who must introduce themselves. Add a character for those who never played before. I get your dice ready because I'm going to make you do a charisma and etiquette roll. For those who need dice roll, I will do it for you. We prefer the dice roll be on screen, but for those who can't, it happens. So I will do it for you. And that's where we start off is at the Vox. Everybody comes in on the first floor. So whoever wants to go first can go first. I assume Marcus's character will probably just go in and head straight for the fourth floor. But
yeah.
Okay, so Marcus, you go and you head straight for the fourth floor.
Yeah. If the human stop me, then I have a problem. But yeah.
The humans don't stop you. The most they do is they take your weapons at the front door. And
I don't have any.
Okay, then
That's a lot.
I have a lot. I have a.
Yeah,
I have
she's
a
demanding.
Alright, so, okay, you go to the fourth floor. Alms, you do know there's a back way in.
Of course. And I take the back way in and chameleon skin my way up to the fourth floor.
Tove will most likely go through the front entrance, but when she gets to the fourth floor, she'll wait to see until Alms gets there and walks along beside him towards the meeting room.
How will you know?
You won't, bitch. You do know that usually the gargoyles to go in through a back door.
Alright, so I'll just go up in there. I didn't know if the back door then just led to the normal staircase.
Yeah, it's just a back door to get in easier. And it's a way for those who have the way to hide themselves to be able to do that before they meet the public. Because not everybody walks around, things active, so. Alright. Let's see. Dustin?
Yes.
What does
He
your
is
character do? Oh, okay, you ready there? You can walk in, you can already be there.
What's that?
I said you can either walk in or already be there. Everybody's already at the easier.
Everybody's already at where?
The Primogen meeting.
Ah. I do believe I'm running. I do believe I'm running late.
Okay.
I kind of hustle in, try to get through any security checks that might be needed, and get to where I need to be as quick as possible.
Okay.
With many a sorry as I go.
Alright, you can see all the Primogen sitting there. You can see the prince sitting in her seat, just kind of watching. Right behind her, there are the two harpies are on either side of her sitting. So we'll start. Sasha, the prince, for those who don't know. Seth, I'm going to assume your character's just there since you haven't told me.
Yeah, we'll just have him walk in, do the security checks, and take.
Okay. You're directed. As everybody's there, Prince looks around. We have some new faces, so let's get those introductions out of the way so that way we can get on to the actual business. She looks right at your character, Marcus.
Huh?
You start.
I do?
The prince just
Okay.
looks. Yeah, prince looks right at you, just so the others can get a chance to hear how it goes.
He goes, hello, I'm Elgin. Elgin Lemarchand. I am new to your city, and apparently I must introduce myself to you. Hi.
Hold on a moment, I need to mute myself.
uh, um, she looks. Very well. Welcome to the city. As long as you obey the rules, there will be no issues.
Just a point of order. I have
Yes.
we speak of the traditions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These I can abide by.
I would hope so. Is there anything specific I need to know about you?
Well, excuse me. I am a stickler for language. How do you mean?
Do you have anybody hunting you? Are you from an area that might cause problems here?
Hold on.
Uh,
I didn't hear half of
yeah.
that.
Do you have anybody hunting you? Do you have, are you from an area that, might cause problems here? Do you have any problems with any of the Camarilla clans within the city?
Well, if I had a problem with someone, it would be personnel. So, no, none. I am new here, so I have no enemies.
She nods.
I would never bring trouble to such a fine city known as Avalon.
She's not. Very well. As I said, welcome to the city. You are afforded all the rights that all other Camarilla members are afforded. Please have a seat.
Oui, absolument.
Seth is the only one we need to introduce? Or is there someone else we need to introduce? I think Dusty's already been introduced.
I have not been in a scene yet.
Oh, okay. So never mind. And
my character has lived in the city for quite some time, but
Yeah. He
doesn't
would have already been
necessarily mean he would have been to these councils or not.
if you wanted to stay upright and moving within, I would have assumed at one point in time, being in the city, you would have reported in like almost immediately. Because you, coming from a different city, you would have known that the harpy in that city would have told you, look, if you don't report immediately, she will blood hunt you and kill you.
Fair enough.
It's also the fourth tradition, hospitality.
Yeah. So I would assume you already have it. So we'll just say your character has already been introduced. Just make it a little easier. Unless you want to reintroduce yourself, but I don't think it's necessary. Since
right.
you specifically said you're living in the city for a while, it won't make any sense to have you, do an introduction.
Yeah, kind of been running a coffee shop for a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely would have alerted people. Yeah, you would. So you're good. Seth, are you new to the city or just coming in?
Completely new to the city. Been I wrote that I've been summoned to come here.
Okay.
Prove my usefulness somehow.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to me.
Well, you're for all the primogen in the city and the prince of the city. She looks at you. Your turn.
Why, hello there. I'm new. I don't know exactly where I need to report to, but you look like you're in charge.
I'm the prince of the city. I'm the one you need to report to. What is your name for the record?
I am Drake Flair. Do you want my alias that I'm going to go by here in this little town of Iceland?
She nods.
Care not?
I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked you. Are there any issues from your previous city that would become problematic here in this one?
Most of the problems that were happening in the U.S., I left there. So no one's going to be following me. And I think I'll bring more of a benefit here than I will be.
Well, we will see.
Indeed.
Welcome to the city. You are afforded all rights and responsibilities as per every Camarilla member within the city. Follow the traditions or be destroyed. It's that simple.
I'm graced to be.
She nods. Very well. Introductions now out of the way. Is there any major business? I know the main coterie looks between Tove and Holmes. They've been investigating. Do we have any new information? She's looking between you two.
Tove is going to look over at Alms because he probably has the most updated information at this point.
Fortunately, information is eluding us at this moment. At least to my knowledge, we do have a member of our group working regarding the magical happenings. I myself have been patrolling the outskirts of the city quite regularly, looking for, well, figures entering and exiting the city. A good prince, have you noticed any unusual supernaturals on any of the Elysiums?
You mean like, say, the shifters that I've run across?
Yes, marked with those of a feline clan that might be fictitious from our research. However,
She smiles. No, they're not.
they're not. But we are still actively pursuing such information.
Well, from what Charles has told me, one of the new members here, Elgin. Page, goddamn. I didn't have the book open. Dick.
Do your job.
I'm gonna I wasn't looking, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that was Marcus that said that.
He's saying that out of character, but yeah.
Sorry,
He's doing it
yeah.
to be a pain in the ass to the ST, so.
Good game.
Yeah. Give me a second, I have to get to the fucking page you want me to take a look at. Sasha just kind of looks at you. Well, I recommend you guys definitely getting with the Tremere, seeing as how magic tends to be their strong suit. I'll get you your answer in a minute. I need that fucking page.
Well, not trying to tell tales out of school, and I've named up and recognized. However, if it is to be useful in the city, the Tremere are not the only ones who understand the magic.
Oh, do you have a knowledge of your own?
I know many things.
Perhaps then our occultist can parlay her information with you and see what turns up.
Marcus, which one?
The second
Second one? Okay, that's what I thought.
If you have someone who would like to speak with me about magic, then they can feel free.
From you, you don't see any within the room, but you see it kind of encompass the room. And you can see it seems like there's a slight pull from everybody in the room.
For instance, I recognize an ancient mark that has been placed in this very room.
Actually looks at you confused, and what do you mean?
There is an enchantment that is active in this place.
That's not good.
Can you not see?
They all shake their heads.
It is encompassing a connection between you all.
The weird thing is, Marcus, for your character, you've never seen this kind of magic before.
This is a strange sort of magic that I have never seen before. I am intrigued. Is it pas?
Well, I'll tell you what, Eldon, since you seem to be good with a magical touch,
Oh, no.
I'm going to put you with my main coterie who has been doing all the work. Alm's there, and Tove, those two are part of the coterie. They can probably explain what they have encountered, and maybe it might help you narrow the field down. I can't hear you.
Is this an order?
I'm asking that you assist them because they're assisting the rest of the city.
Because you have piqued my interest, of course I will assist you in any way that I can.
She nods.
I do but ask one favor.
What's that?
In order to move along in the society of Xenomels, one must have paperwork. If you could facilitate that within your city, I would be most appreciative.
What do you need?
Identification, things like that.
I can work that out. And she looks over to one of the Primogen and just nods.
Well, can we have a bargain? Let us go.
As for the shifters, I recommend that those who have no knowledge of them stay away from them. For now, it is unusual. We have not seen a shifter within the city for as long as I've been prince, and I've pretty much been prince since the city was founded. So this is quite an unusual feat. We did hear reports of supposed shifters scattered throughout the country, but nothing that has come close to here. I will have some people look into it. If you guys wish to, I just recommend that you be very careful with it. Shifters do not normally work well with us, as they tend to want to destroy us on sight.
Of course, discretion is my middle name, third middle name.
My liege, if you would permit me to work with Alms and his partner, I would be greatly honored. I would feel I would be able to, my skills would be able to assist them in
She nods.
these weird. You cannot?
Very well, then I will allow you guys to get together and begin discussing things. Look to the rest of the council. Is there anything citywide that needs to be dealt with? Yes, Prince. We have encountered the past couple of days has seen a remarkably strange amount of deaths. The female Nosferatu Primogen. It's been rather odd because all of them, from their records, indicate that they were all young, but they seem to have died of natural causes that most people don't encounter until much later in life. Currently trying to piece it all together, but we cannot exactly specify the issue as of yet. Keep looking into it. Alms, if you and your coterie run across anything, bring it to Kyra's attention.
So, by later in life diseases, these are things that are just from natural aging, or are they things that
Most of it is
things
from
like
like natural aging. We had a 16-year-old die of a heart attack, and there's no evidence of heart disease or anything like that within the family. We've had a few, 30-year-olds die of causes that just don't make sense for a 30-year-old. And according to the ME report, you see her flip open a folder. They all seem to have, for lack of a better term, I don't know how to put this, aged prematurely.
like movie sort of like turn to dust sort of stuff, like
No, like just
Dorian
aged
Gray
enough,
sort of things.
like aged enough to make sense for the issues they had.
Oh, okay.
In other words, they all became from like the 16-year-old ended up looking like they were a 40-year-old, or 50-year-old, so on and so forth. Figure it out.
Could I get a copy of those reports to forward to Alex and our occultist?
She slams them in front of the gargoyle rep, who hands them to you.
All right. I'll see that these get into the hands. I assume these are not the only copies.
No.
Okay.
No, we have several copies. Other than that, Kairos, so to speak. Other than that, nothing major has happened. We are getting word of some strange individuals within the city. We're keeping an eye out on that. I would recommend that all clans be on the lookout. Do not approach yet because we do not know anything about them. But if you can find out more information, that would probably be helpful. The prince just nods. Sasha looks to the others. Anybody else have any issues, concerns? No, I'll shake her head. Very well. This Primogen meeting has come to close. Everybody enjoy their night. She gets up. She walks off. Most of the Primogen all scatter to their thing. And you guys are all stuck here staring at each other.
Tove.
Mm.
He kind of makes a little hand sign on underneath the table beside her of which one do you want to talk to? Do you want Ogun or do you want Drake?
Or Fjarky.
or the other guy. Yeah, he's just like, which way you going? I'll take the way you don't.
Oh, and she just kind of leans and she goes, I'll take the non-fruit cake, and the other one you can go handle him, and just gets up and walks over.
Okay. So I'm assuming that means the coffee shop owner.
No. She kind of pointed her head towards the French gentleman, and then went in the opposite direction.
Elgin.
Got it. Okay.
Mark is his character.
All right then. You.
Alright, you guys discuss.
Dude's supposed to be helping me. Air quotes around helping. You, come here.
Just so you know, Marcus, you are a bit low, so...
Would you be referring to moi?
Yeah, there we go.
No. Me and you, we gonna talk. we gonna talk. But this guy just volunteered to help me with stuff I don't think he understands. So let me bring
You
him
don't
over
know
here.
who I am. You don't know
Your
what
name
I
is
don't
Drake.
understand.
Your name is Drake Blair, and you're new to the city.
This much is true.
So, I don't know you, but apparently you're gonna help me. So, little fish, over here, we're talking to this guy. The
Marcus,
shiny skinned individual here. No offense meant.
Yeah, Marcus, you may want to give a physical description of what your character looks like.
Oh, okay.
So they better understand how odd you are.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I really am.
I mean, if you want to
Would
find
you
a
like me to do
picture
it? I remember it.
Good game.
I really am sorry about this.
And for the other new ones, I'm going to want a description, just if nothing else, for the record, of what you look like. But we'll start with Marcus, so that we have him.
Okay, he looks like, okay, one, he's like 6'6". He's willowy and thin. His skin glows faintly in the moonlight. If he takes he has mirror shades on, these wraparounds, and he's got long, awesome gloves on. His ears are slightly pointed. He's got a ponytail pulled back, and he's got long white hair. The page is on 404, I believe.
Okay.
Page 404 in the main book. My character looks exactly like that.
Give me a second, I'll find it. But keep describing so that way they can.
He's got a touch pad that he's furiously moving his fingers on. Well, actually, when he took his gloves off, you saw his skin. It's pale on there too. His fingers, on the other hand, they have little black dragons on his fingernails. And he's just moving it as people talk. He's just typing.
Just like typing with his fingers, like tapping.
Yeah. And he's just kind of. If he spins the tablet around and you guys look at it, you have no clue what that is. Those aren't words.
Got it. Anyway.
Well, it's hard to show, but all right. For those who want a visual representation of what it actually is looking like.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
Straight from the book.
Yeah. For those who want to know, you can go to page 404, but remember, it's all out of character knowledge, so you don't know exactly what. You just know that he's creepy looking. Tall and creepy.
He's like, he doesn't really say anything until he's like engaged.
So, Mr. Elgin, was it? Elgin?
No, my name is Elgin. However, you may call me Elgin.
No, Elgin. I will call you by your proper name. I just need to get over my accent.
Where?
So, what we know so far.
He stops typing.
What do we know so far about the magic that is going through the city? We know that it's having a heavy effect on the kind. It's making them slow, lethargic, somewhat depressed. It's having an emotional reaction on them from what we've heard.
Is it magic or is it disease?
We're assuming magic. We also know that it began with a strange kind of effect on the entire country, where basically all power fizzled out for a few seconds and then came back. This was not just like a standard mundane blackout where it would roll through the city and through the country. It was instantaneous on and off.
Intelligence occult check.
For me?
Mr. Elgin. You can roll a 2 if you want.
There's no point to rolling that. I'll fail that.
Okay. I'm doing it specifically for a reason for Marcus. One success. I'm just barely. Okay. It's unlike anything you've ever heard before. Most stuff works in a much different way, especially kindred magic. From what you know, you've never heard of anything like this. To affect an entire country is absolutely unheard of. I mean, even a country as small as this one, that's still a lot.
Did you see my lures?
Let me recheck. I got it may affect one of those. So. Meanwhile, the other two can give a quick description of their characters.
3, 2, 1, go. My character, she's kind of pale skinned, jet black hair. Is just wearing like tennis shoe boots kind of style, like not go clear up high, but just kind of like tennis shoe style. Just jeans, shirt, a sweatshirt with a hoodie, and then a trench coat over that. A cool baseball cap with tails sticking out the back, and a necklace with a shoe on it. But other than that, not much. Just an average looking guy.
Alms looks like the image that comes up when I talk. He's about 7'3" and mostly muscle.
He's terrifying.
Toe is about 7'2", just so we get descriptions out of the way. And also big burly biker chick, couple of piercings, couple of tattoos, mainly a large sleeve on her arm. Has the very bad habit of not blinking, so she has kind of a piercing stare.
She's got a very interesting flaw. Freaks people out.
Yeah. So, Mr. Aljin, have you come across anything like this before?
To be more precise, my surname is Le Marchand.
Le Marchand?
La Marchand.
Trying to say that. Did Seth give his description?
What was that?
Yes, he did. Seth did.
Okay, I'm just making sure everybody got their description. Okay.
Dustin, did you do your description? I don't think you did.
I did not.
Dustin, you slacker.
I know. I am. Fiorki is for having been born plenty of time ago. He looks strikingly like a what you would expect a guy at a modern coffee shop to look like. Very hipstery, tattoos and piercings. Very lanky and a little bit short. He's got kind of dark brown, ratty hair, but it looks ratty on purpose. Like he's trying to imitate the styles that would be found around the university.
Continue.
Meow.
Hello?
Hello.
Was I heard?
Go ahead
Uh-huh.
and continue. Okay, you guys can. I just want to make sure all the descriptions are out of the way.
All right.
Alms continues a few more times to try and get his last name right.
Stop. You may call me LJ.
LJ? LJ's fine? Cool. LJ works.
No, I have never seen an instance like this.
Then I suppose the most direct question would be then, do you think you could figure out what it is? It's not a lot to work on, I understand.
Where, given enough time, I can figure out anything out.
Marcus, you're kind of crackling.
I said, where, given enough time.
You're
Now.
still crackling on our end.
What about now?
Somewhat better.
Yes. Given I can figure anything out.
And now it goes back. Unfortunately, this is one of the problems we have with Hangout sometimes. It just like.
What about now? Now? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're good now.
Alright, so it says, given enough time, I can figure out anything out. What is your plan? Who is in charge? How do I contact you?
He's talking to you, Josh.
Okay, sorry. Say it again.
What's your plan? How do I contact you? How do you coordinate?
How do we coordinate?
I assume you have a plan. You are coterie, yes? Okay, where I'm not in your coterie, so I can contact you with the contact information.
Of course, of course. Hang on, let me see if I have a piece of paper in one of these pockets of mine. He pulls out a kind of crumpled scrap of paper and a pen, writes down his number, and passes it to him. I always have my cell phone on me, so you can always just call that. I will keep you informed of when it changes.
So you're so I don't investigate something that has not already been done. Where would you like me to start?
Honestly, we are fairly much on square one as it is. I will find out anything that Alicia has discovered in the past few days and forward it to you.
May I offer a suggestion?
For her contact, of course, pass back the paper.
No. An idea.
Idea.
Circumstances like this are not one-time, single use, as it were. This probably has happened before. We should check the history of this place.
An excellent idea. It is where our lore master was beginning as well.
Not only that, but there is an enchantment here that should be analyzed.
I believe that might be the best place to start.
The Primogen are here. Would the Tremere not be there?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear him over a little bit of a crackle there.
He goes, since we are in a meeting, would the Tremere not be available?
I believe they would be, if they're still around. Have they already fled to their little pieces of eternity, or?
Oh no! You bringing up the fact that there's an enchantment in here? Oh no, they're curious.
Okay.
Victor specifically, you can see him kind of looking around. He's trying to focus. You're gathering, trying to concentrate and see if he can piece it together. Basically, using whatever knowledge he has to try and figure it out. So no, you see him still around. He's looks very much perplexed, and he's writing a lot of scribbles down in a notebook.
See, this is why I always wished I was a little better at the book learning. I had a better chance to get with the book learning.
Alright, well, we'll jump to the others for a minute. Give you guys a break for a second.
Okie doke. Tova's just gonna walk over towards the two of you and kind of do that 2-finger point thing. And go, you two, here, please.
As you wish.
Naturally, I just stroll over.
So she's gonna look at Drake, kind of look him up and down and say, so, what are your skills that you can offer? I know what he can do. And she points to... How do you pronounce your character's name again, Dustin?
Fiarki.
Fiarki. I know what Fiarki can do, but what can you offer?
Well, there's a few things I can do. Very good at sniffing out. Words.
He takes a bite out of crime.
Shut up. Yeah, I'm very good at, like, just investigative, knowledgeable in law. Very adamant about protecting others. Pretty dependable if you need me to be there. I can also blend in pretty well with what are they called, humans again?
Kind.
Are they just called humans?
Humans are kind is usually the more...
Humankind.
Well, humans or kind. K-I-N.
Kind. Okay. I can blend in with kind pretty well. I know how to eat food. Like normal food and stuff without having any problems. Pretty good at blending in. So yeah.
That might be useful. Falky, have you, since we know that young people now are being affected, do you know if any of your patrons have gone missing? The normals?
Not that I've noticed, but some of them tend to flitter in and out as they will.
That might be a place to start. We have reports, but if we can, look at the coffee shop or maybe some of the local clinics to see how the college age and the teenagers are doing, that might be where you can help us, Drake, and see if you can track down those that are feeling sick or about to die and help us with the mysterious death angle that's going on.
But of course.
I'll ask around. Do we know if it's acting like a disease? Contagion?
From what we just heard, I don't know, but we'll have to look at the reports more closely that Alms was just given. I'm not very good with medical things, but maybe one of our new friends is. Though for you, and she looks towards your character, Dustin, I was wondering if you could help me with building something.
Ooh.
And she kind of reaches into the back of her beat-up jeans and pulls out a very kind of beaten-up schematic, like it's been looked over and folded a couple of times. And it looks like some kind of electromagnetic field reader. I've found this, and I think we might be able to use it. I know it might be magic that's affecting all of us, but the fact that the lights were affected makes me wonder if there might be a physical source that can be detected. So I found this, and I think I can build the physical components, but it might take programming, which I am useless at.
Oh, I'll be playing with this.
Don't have too much fun with that.
So she'll hand you the piece of paper, Dustin, so you can drool over that for a bit.
I'll already be smoothing it out and kind of pointing around on it and tracing things, connecting to others, and poring over it like it's a new something.
Ice cream.
Toph will just kind of look at Drake and say, he likes new things. Don't mind him. And she'll wink.
Hey, you blinked.
Oh, have I not been doing that? I apologize. I forget.
Yeah, I try to focus on keeping on breathing. I don't know why. So, you haven't noticed anybody disappearing at your little coffee shop, though? I guess he's too engulfed in this little trinket that you just got.
I'm
Dusty,
sorry, I legitimately didn't hear you. I heard, like, do you know, and a trail off.
I said, do you know of anything that, or anybody that's not been coming into your shop as of late?
I haven't noticed any odd odd absences. Of course, these kids sometimes come in flurries for study, and sometimes just stop coming in for parties or the sleep thing they do. Weird how they need to do that when they have classes in the morning.
Indeed. Maybe we should get with Alms and ask him questions. Maybe he knows a little bit more about the situation.
he has been patrolling.
Does he need assistance in the patrolling? You know.
Maybe on the ground. He's pretty good within the air.
I look over at Alms. I'm like, I imagine with those giant wings.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yes, I'm here.
Just
You're there.
they were talking to you.
Yeah.
They were talking about me,
They
to
were
which
talking,
he kind of. Oh,
he was talking to you. He's, they said how you're pretty good in the air, and your response was, "Yeah, I can imagine with those large wings, you gotta be."
yes, I am. I'm quite good in the air. I have some other little powers that are very helpful as well. Anyway, I suppose we can arrange a patrol route later.
That would be wonderful.
However, it might be time to go speak with the Tremere on what their understanding of the situation is.
Hmm.
Well, let's go speak with him immediately.
Out of character, I'm going to need to be going.
Okay.
No problem.
I have a darling to feed.
He's gonna go tinker with that electrical shit.
Fiorki kind of whispers a few words to Tove and wanders off, still looking at the paper as he's walking out.
Maybe I should have given him that later. Oh well.
Perhaps.
Out of character, nice chatting with you all, and good night.
All right, Dustin.
Good night, Dusty.
Joel, I will see you in like sometime soon.
So, Alms gets out of his seat. Mr. Elgin. Would you also
Marcus?
like to...
Marcus, you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just checking.
Would you also like to come along as we confront the Tremere?
Why?
I don't know. It's
If you
always
don't,
good
why
to
would
meet.
I?
It'll be quite the adventure, don't you think?
No?
No.
If he is fine where
fun.
he is, let him. We can relay the information to him if we discover anything.
Oh, you plan on relaying information. You will do so poorly. I will go with you.
Hopefully you'd want to come.
That's the attitude I wanted to see.
Well, you did say go interrogate the Tremere. Most people don't want to do that willingly.
No, at this
Usually
point,
has bad
it's kind of
consequences for those
obvious
trying.
he is. It's kind of obvious he is uncomfortable with the thought of going and talking with the Tremere.
Don't blame
I
him.
wonder why.
Uh, that doesn't need to be stated.
All right.
Anyway,
Away.
well, nonetheless,
You guys see Victor walking around. He's looking up. He's checking things. He actually occasionally looks at you guys and kind of writes something down.
I'm gonna kind of give him like a what the fuck look.
He
Easy.
doesn't seem to notice.
all right. Alms will approach the Tremere Primogen. Respectfully, just simply say, "My Primogen."
Yes, Holmes. He stops. He kind of brings a notebook kind of close to him. What can I do for you?
What are your thoughts on the enchantment here?
It's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
I've
To
heard
my
that.
knowledge, from what I know, I've never encountered anything like this. I haven't even heard of anything being done by the Tremere, so I can assume it's nothing that our clan has had involvement in. And most of the rituals we were performing, nothing would affect it like this.
I kind of figured as much, or
And I
was led
think
to
your
believe
friend,
such.
and I think your friend there probably missed the fact that, if I'm getting it right, he looks up again. You notice he looks over at the bartender who's just kind of standing there. That is weird. He writes something down again. I'm starting to think that this weird enchantment. I bet you if you take your buddy outside, you'll probably see the same thing.
So you're thinking it's more than just the building. It might be city-wide.
I'm thinking more specifically what affected the entire country is what he's currently seeing. No way two weird events like that have happened. I mean, because this. I can't say it's an enchantment. I mean, although I could see where he would say that.
I know what it is not.
Yeah. By the way, as you're looking around, that little strand that you see touched on everybody is literally touching on everybody. Security guards, the bartender, everybody, including the Tremere you're standing near.
He sticks and goes, "It is right there."
Yeah, I don't see that, unfortunately. I don't have your abilities.
Well, this is true. However, okay, everybody knows about aspects, right? Like, everybody knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you could you analyze what you saw with the aspects?
That's what I'm doing, and it's weird. It's coming up with readings that I've never encountered. So, for lack of a better term, it's like the entire country, well, everything that I've seen in here and everyone I've seen in here all has this one weird, for lack of a better term, it looks like a little, I mean, there's a slightly odd-colored strand that seems to be sprouting off of everyone. I mean, I'm sure you're seeing it in a much different way. You're probably seeing it from a more unusual aspect.
I've studied the mages.
I don't think this is mages.
No. Go with me. Maybe. It is a tap. You should attempt to tap it.
Could be. It might be what it is. Yeah, I see him scribble some more down. If you guys look when he does scribble, it's written in the handwriting you guys wouldn't understand. Not even Elgin with all his fucking languages knows it. It just looks like scribble. I mean, that's literally what it looks like. But obviously it makes sense to him in whatever weird way it is.
If anything is, we are all what we are, and we all have our filters of we are filled with this that is coming from us. Maybe it is something we can affect.
Makes sense. I mean, if it's touching on us, we must have a way to affect it.
I would begin with those that were blood bonded, as they have a deeper connection than most.
Not. Well, I'm going to go pour through my notes and see if maybe somewhere in history this has been encountered before. I'm not real sure. But I'm going to
I have a library.
Well, then I'd recommend you go through your notes as well, since you have a better look on things than I do.
What?
It might, you might be able to pinpoint it down a bit more than we can.
What?
Steve, I need to get me some of that fancy seeing powers.
All I have is aspects. It's complicated to learn, but once you get it, you start to realize everything. I think our friend here has a much more unique trait, just kind of looking at him.
Okay, not unique.
Yeah, not so unique, but more interesting version of it.
Indeed. So.
I assume you are in charge, Monsieur Holmes.
No, I am not actually in charge. That would be, if we were to have a leader, that would be Alex. He's the talky one.
You know he is not here, so that would make you in charge. Yes.
I do the talking when Alex is not around, for the most part.
So yes, Holmes, you are the de facto leader while he's not around.
Congratulations.
More responsibilities.
Yeah, well, don't be the talking one. Richard's mom. Well, I'm going to get started. I will forward any relevant information I find to you, Holmes, if you want to pass it to the rest of your people. Maybe they can get a better look. I'm sure your friend here is going to check his library, see if they can encounter anything. I would recommend that we probably be very careful about the particular things we use.
Yes.
Because I'm sure you're not feeling it yet, Elgin, but you have a stronger strand than the others. So I'm assuming it's probably tapping into the powers we're using, which your mind probably looks like yours, from what I can tell.
Okay.
Elgin, and now that he mentioned it, now that you look and that you're closer, you can definitely see it seems to be like a better term. It looks like a thicker strand than the others. But you can also tell he's using auspex. So. You see him.
So
He
certain
keeps
powers
looking at
you
you
mean.
very tall. Yeah, I'm thinking it might have some kind of connection. Maybe because when we tap into our powers, we're tapping into that more supernatural trait of ours. Yes, we are normally supernaturals, but when we touch on those particular aspects, it seems to be drawing from that. So I don't like this. I really don't like this. I have to get back to the Chantry and tell them to stop casting spells.
We don't
whatever
want
it
to
is.
hold you if you have responsibility to clan.
Oh, and possibly to the city. He goes, but as I said, I'll inform you whenever I get some more information. He just kind of nods to everybody and just kind of scurries out.
He looks at Helgen and he just kind of goes, "Yeah, you were right. I couldn't explain a word of that."
Tove just pats Alms on the shoulder.
He stares at you. He doesn't move because he's like dead. He doesn't breathe or anything. He just kind of looks at you all and waits.
All right. Well, we do have a lead at least, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, we do.
So, what's the next step?
Intelligence check for everyone but Elgin. Because I'm sure Elgin's already figured something out, but I'm going to... Well, actually, I'll make him roll it too. So everybody roll your intelligence.
Roll me one dice, please.
Big roll there. Jeez. Never mind, you don't know. You haven't put it together.
I got a 5.
It's 6 or higher.
Is that +1 with intelligence too, like the dot, or no?
It's just your straight intelligence unless you have a specialty in it, and even then, it would be required.
So I got 1 dot +5, if that counts, or is it just 5?
What do you mean, +5?
He's just doing an intelligence check, Seth, so it's just the number of dots under intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just 1.
So you just need 1 die, or just...
Yeah, so I just rolled 1 die, so
Okay.
got a 5.
Okay.
I was a
I got a 2, a 7, and a 9.
All right, you figure it out, and Elgin figures it out. Since Elgin can seem to see what's going on, it's probably good that he go out on patrol with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Elgin, yeah, you've already figured out that the best way to at least identify the source is to walk around. Since you only activate...
I'm not telling them shit. They want me to do that, they'll tell me.
Okay, yeah. You figure it out, but yeah, Tove is the only one who actually pieces it together outside of you.
Yes, Tove.
Since we're not able to see the strands, and she just kind of does the quotes in the air, you should take him on your patrols and see what he can find in the rest of the city, since he can see what you can't.
Do I have a choice in this?
I suppose you might.
I mean, the one thing you do realize, Tove, is the fact that he doesn't exactly look the part to be able to walk around the city normally.
Well, then, nor do I.
Yeah, well, sure, neither does Alms, but Alms has a way to hide himself. Does your friend?
It's true. Do you got any particular way of hiding your various eccentricities of your appearance?
Gloves, a hat, and a jacket, you genius.
Hey, it works for me. I do about the same. Scarf, bandages, mittens, about 6 parkas.
He looks offended.
He obviously had to get in here somehow.
It's true. It's true. He did. I don't know his vampire superpowers,
That's true.
other than seeing things that apparently I can't. Yeah.
Suspects for the win.
I don't have hospitals.
And yeah, I was going to say, ironically,
You have better than Auspex.
yes,
No, I don't.
yes.
It's not better than hospitals. It's more focused.
Yeah, it's a more unique version. It's basically Auspex refined. Alright, so what do you guys do?
I can cloud others' visions of me, if so choose, or I could just buy a jacket and with gloves. With shades even.
Yeah, that might
Low
be
tech.
wise.
Low tech works for me. Low tech is reliable. Powers are cool, but low tech is reliable.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this patrol?
Well, You ever just beat feet around the city? Watch
No.
what happens? Never
No.
done this?
No,
Oh. Oh. To have cable. But yes,
what's the point of this patrol?
normally I do it simply to find things. There's a lot to be learned from where people move about the city and how.
Where? Stay on.
So, you say that everything was like. Has he described what the actual like enchantment looks like?
Nope.
No. Well, here's the way it probably should work. This enchantment, right? Had to have come from somewhere, right?
I suppose.
There's an origin point for everything. At least in my mind. So, why don't we just follow the stream up its source?
I wish to try something. Do you mind?
Go for it.
He reaches out and he tries. I don't know. It could work, could not work. He attempts to I spend a willpower point, and I attempt to touch the strand. I got enough lore of prep to know that's how this type of shit works.
Yeah, I'll say you can do it. As soon as you touch it, you feel it kind of vibrate in your hand. And you actually feel it, it seems to be seeping energy from you.
Oh, it's taking things from me.
Yeah, like as soon as you touch it and put your fingers on it, it's not like massive, it's not like completely draining you, but you can definitely feel, it vibrate and you can feel it kind of, you notice even though you're already pale, it seems to make your skin a little more pale.
Can I disengage it?
Can you cut it off? No.
Okay.
But you can at least touch it. Basically, the other two, all you see is him reach over Alm's head and kind of grab something. You see him, it looks like he's just grabbing hair to you guys, but you see him grab it, and you can visibly see that his normally pale hands seem to get even a little more pale.
That ain't natural.
No, it is not.
That's terrifying.
You realize you're like a vampire. Okay. It is leeching life from us. It is wiping
Then it should be even more exaggeratory that I, a vampire, think that looks unnatural.
You are in charge, so I will say, okay. But yes, this is taking from us.
Taking what?
Vitality.
The weird thing is, Marcus, Elgin doesn't feel any. I mean, you don't feel like a physical drain. You don't feel like it's draining your energy.
But it is.
I mean, the most you notice is that you felt it a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be for as connected as it probably has been since they said it's been going on for at least another, a good night. You don't feel any weaker. You don't feel any, more tired. You don't feel hungry. I mean, it doesn't seem to be directly pulling a lot enough to, affect you as of yet.
Can I follow my strain until like its invariable end? Like it's tempting me, but it's going somewhere. Can I just follow it?
Sure. You can follow theirs too. That's basically what Holmes wanted you to do, is walk around with him, see if you can follow all the strands.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to my invariable end, and he just starts walking. He goes, wait, and he starts walking.
Okay, guys, you just see
I
him
believe
walk
there's
off.
a literary reference for this.
You see, he kind of keeps looking. It looks as if he's looking up. I assume to kind of keep an eye on it. but you see him just walk off. Like, no word, no nothing. He just stops playing with your strand and then walks off.
He puts his coat, gloves, and shades on first. Then he walks off.
Okay.
Alms proceeds to literally, like, Predator style, fade from sight.
Alright, well,
You all, I guess we're following the Bloodhound. The game be afoot.
Wow.
do you guys follow him?
Yes.
Okay. Drake, you
I
follow
will,
him?
I will follow.
Okay.
I'll be at the back. Now with
Alright.
Drake taking it in front of me.
When he realizes people are following, he stops, turns around, and goes, "So, I am this stalking horse, where? Like, I will be following things, yet you all have guns and things and violent boom booms?
I am the violent boom boom.
You are a guy with wings. You do not have violent boom booms. Please be more specific. So, do you have guns and shit?
No, I don't carry firearms.
I'm not talking to you. It's not all about you. Just because you are a leader, I promise.
I'm going to casually flex and be like, I got my guns right here.
Tova's just gonna crack her knuckles very loudly.
So, Elgin, there's your answer. No, nobody has any guns.
And then he walks
By the way, Elgin...
I can only imagine how frustrating this must be for him. He's like, yes, I am being followed around by 3 meatheads.
On every level, Elgin, you see the same strand. You actually see they seem to be a little more intense on certain individuals.
like the prince.
Hmm?
Like the prince.
Correct. Which, as you know, between you and Victor, you learned that apparently the more they use their powers, the more it seems to pull. But yeah, now that now that you're looking at it, you can also see that there are several people in here that are human, that aren't. You specifically, due to your lore, you know they're mages.
I go, do you all know? It's not important.
But yeah, there is no one on every floor that isn't affected by a strand.
I will find. I go, where is the prince?
As you guys look on each floor, you finally find her on the second floor, just hanging out, talking to people.
I am moving very carefully.
I'll get back and watch from afar.
You need to get her attention.
Who do you want to? Who do you want to grab her attention?
Me, she's in charge. She takes blame for everything.
All right. Alms will carefully move through the crowd and still chameleoned, gently tap the prince on the shoulder.
She kind of turned around.
A moment for a word, my prince.
Yes, let's go somewhere else. You notice she was like in a mix of people. Most of them, you can tell, look probably human. So she may have just been hunting or just checking. She kind of disengages whatever she was doing. Elgin, you see it drop down to a very minimal, normal for everybody else strand again.
I hate that laugh.
Oh my.
Prince follows you on. Where do you go?
All right. We don't need to go far. Just back to the group, don't we?
Elgin was the one that wanted the prince's attention, so I would assume, yeah, just go back to the group.
Yeah. Bring her over to Elgin. El, you gotta speak your piece.
Yes.
Whatever you are doing when you are over there, your strength got bigger.
Okay.
You probably do not care, but I thought you should know. Also, it is affecting the mages over there.
Can we just hear?
That guy over there, yes, that's one.
Great.
This is what you have Tremere for. What do you mean?
For those who were paying attention when he points to just some random dude who just seems to be talking and having a conversation with other people.
He goes, let me check. Hey, you, mage.
He actually turns.
See?
Simple trick works. He just kind of glares at you and then goes back to what he was doing.
And they say that I'm unsubtle.
Civility is only reserved for those who give it to you. Mages are abominable creatures.
Sasha just kind of shakes her head. Well, that adds a unique twist to the group. I guess I need to go have a conversation with him. But yes, thank you for letting me know, Elgin. I'll make sure to tell the other clowns.
Yes, the more power you use, the more it can feel. It can even be touched if you so choose.
Interesting. Thank you. She nods and kind of walks over to the guy that Elgin just called his attention to.
Now, let's go. Back a foot. And he keeps walking.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. On every level, literally, everyone in the building has a string attached to him. As you walk out, oh Lord Elgin, yeah, it seems the entire city is covered in this enchantment as you're classifying it. You can literally see strands coming from all over the city. And hey, look, they all seem to be going to one location.
I go there.
Okay, it'd take you a while. It's near the port.
I don't have shit else to do.
Good point. As you guys are walking, you know you guys are heading straight towards the warehouse area, the port area.
All right. So we're going to the dirty section of town.
What? Okay. It's over there in that place there. But big up quoi? Yes. So, I found. Yes.
Okay. Make a long story short, you guys finally, it takes you a couple hours, so I mean, you're kind of pushing it. But it takes you a couple hours to get to the location. It all directed into this warehouse that you're staring in front of. This warehouse wasn't here.
It wasn't. Oh.
You've never seen this one before, and you've been all around the city.
This is new. This is new. Whenever did they put this up? In a matter of days.
Intelligence, since you still have it active, that's not a warehouse.
What is it?
It looks like it's just a large, it looks like it should be like a corporate headquarters.
He goes, hey, come here for a moment. Ounce.
Yes.
He grabs you by the head and punches you in the side of it. Now look again.
Wait, what?
He grabs you by the side of the head, like real quick. He just grabs you by the head and pops you in the side of the head. Look quick.
And he said, "Look quick."
How?
No, unfortunately, Alms has no power to see it.
No, that's how. Remember, that's how you the illusions and stuff. You give people a reason to doubt them.
Oh yeah.
Can I use my aspects to check it out?
Sure.
Do I need to roll on that or no?
Specifically, all legal like and all book like. Which one are you going to use?
Auspex? It just says it's right there on disciplines.
Yeah, how many dots do you have? Gives me a
2.
general idea what you're using.
I
Okay.
got 2. Go ahead and roll it.
Perception, empathy, difficulty 8.
Perception. Where's perception at?
Perception is under mental,
Yeah, it's got 2.
and then under talents, empathy.
Empathy. I don't have any in empathy.
Then it's just perception.
Okay.
You don't
So
have
roll
any
2
empathy
dice.
and you have Auspex? What the fuck?
My bad. He was using it, so I didn't want to rain on his parade.
I'm not
I got
No,
I
I'm
got
just more
10.
referring to. You got 2, difficulty 8?
10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's as soon as you turn it on, Elgin, you see Drake's thread get a little stronger. You see him staring. Yeah, that's actually you're seeing right through the facade. It is.
And what's underneath the illusion of the warehouse?
It looks like a corporate office building.
A corporate office building.
Grab his head and put it in.
And did being punched in the head help it?
Briefly, very briefly. That's why I said real quick. As you're kind of disoriented, you see it for what it is, and then as you start to gain yourself back, you go back to looking like a warehouse.
Well, that's
Poor
the
Toad
first
is
time I
stuck
get
on the
to thank
outside.
someone for punching
Yeah,
me
Tova's
in
like,
the
are
head.
we supposed to be looking at something?
This is not a warehouse.
It's like there's a
Looks-
hologram over this.
Guess that's
You
the
could
way to put
spin
it.
it. You could do the old way, spin around the circle 3 times, and then open your eyes. That might going to get easy, so it probably won't work.
You guys do see guards there, by the way. Elgin, the weird thing is the guards are not touched.
They are immune.
From what it looks like. Everybody else in the entire city that you've seen has strands. These guards do not.
We could go see why.
However, they are radiating some kind of magic you've never encountered.
They have some sort of magic I've never encountered.
Correct. I know. Curiosity just got piqued.
Yeah. Kind of walks over. I'm going to go poke the bear.
You're going to go poke it now?
really sure that's wise?
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, you could stop me, but, you know.
I would suggest not doing that quite yet.
But there's only 2 of them.
They could potentially have
But
not
you are so big and
necessarily
strong.
traps, but alerts or alarms is to alert us to their.
Coming around the corner, Elgin, you actually see another guard with a 4-legged. That's not a dog.
I don't know what that is, but it's not a dog.
You guys see it as a dog.
It's not a dog. I'm not leaving.
I'm not.
So
Yeah, we need to back off. Let's kind of hang back and maybe watch this from afar rather than getting up front and possibly stirring up a
Does it have a sign?
Do what?
Does the corporate office have a sign?
Yes, it actually. Damn it.
Same.
I shouldn't have said corporate office. It says New European Technologies.
European?
New European Technologies.
Okay.
shit.
Then he walks off. Like a crazy dog. And all the crazy stuff.
It seems that logic won over with our friend there.
Well, you notice Elton just kind of walks off. He's like, he was started to walk towards the building, and then he's like, nope, and walked away.
Nope. That is a nope dog there, and
That
it
is
is
a
full
nope
of the
dog.
nope. All right.
I backed off. I'm gonna hang out across the street or across the way and watch from afar. I already started doing it.
What I want you all to understand is the predicament you are in. You cannot hide.
I'm not
How can
not
you
hiding.
No.
I'm watching from afar.
No, here's what I'm trying to explain. If you have any powers of obfuscation or hiding somewhere, that just feeds them. And they can see you when you do it. It is probably a joke to them when you try and hide.
An excellent
Not
point.
hiding.
Just so you know, you should tell your friends.
All right then. I'm gonna have to find a way around this.
But it's a pretty big building. You could just drop something on it.
Yeah, to land on it, I'm gonna need to see it first.
Well, you can see it. It's right there.
I need to be able to see it without getting punched in the head first.
Oh, well, that would definitely be a problem.
Yeah,
They
that
have
would
they
indeed.
have no dogs.
I'll figure something out.
Intel Kindred lore for those who have it.
Okay,
I got it.
I got 2 dots. So I get 3 dice.
Alright. Nice. I'll wait till Marcus rolls.
Here's where I got a stats of 6 dice. I'm real smart.
You are super smart.
Jesus. There is a clan that has the ability to make holograms.
They sure are. They're awesome. They're Ravnos. Pretty cool.
Yes. The one thing you know more specifically, Marcus, is the fact that this isn't an illusion like they would put up.
There's that.
There's no reason, there's no reason why they would. You guys don't even know there are Ravnos in the city, but even if there were, why would they want to cover up something like that? Doesn't really make any sense.
What sort of... I've encountered major magic before. Is that what it is?
No, it's not mage magic.
What kind of magic is it? Oh, it's one I haven't encountered before.
It's a new form of magic you have never encountered.
Is it a form of magic that I feel close to, but have never met?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Can I roll my Kissy lore?
You can roll it. It's not exactly what you're thinking, but that's the closest that you would be able to piece together as it is.
This makes me a sad panda.
Because I told you, I hate changeling.
In that case, this roll is useless, so I won't do it.
No, I mean, you can roll. I mean, that would be the closest that you would be able to figure out as a character. That would be the closest.
In character, that's what I roll.
And yeah, the closest that comes is, yes, changelings.
These are not changelings. I would know that.
No, these are definitely not.
Unless these are like a new form of changeling.
Could be. Stranger things have happened.
Because they are not mages, they are not werewolves, they are not witches, they are not demons. They might be demons. I don't know.
No, it doesn't have the register of demon magic. That tends to have a darker tinge to it. This is more of a lighter tinge. It looks more, lack of a better term, it's more white than it is black. And you've seen demon magic in work. Demon magic would be darker.
I know what it's not.
Well, that's a good enough place to start.
They are the cause of our problems. If indeed they really are problems.
Good.
And that might be a
see,
side effect they don't even know.
This I like. I have a space. I have a place. These are practical things. I can deal with
Are you
practical.
having this conversation for your own amusement? Does he monologue often?
Hmm?
He asked the Toad and does he monologue often?
A bit.
I'm into like comic books. You remind me of Zip-Back.
I remind you of what?
You need a lozenge.
My throat is made of stone. I don't think a lozenge would help. Though honestly, in real life, in meat space, yeah, totally need a lozenge right now.
She's like, so, okay, so I can go. I'm done. Yes. I found a problem. Right there.
The city owes you a great debt.
No, don't say things you cannot promise.
You're right, I shouldn't. But the platitude is there.
Thank you for your help.
Wait, no problem. I will go now to my books where it's safe and there are no problems.
Yeah, you go
No,
be
no
safe.
dog.
Don't have too much fun with that.
I will. I can practice my archery and I can run and do my parkour and exercise. It would be beautiful. And there are none of you
You've been
here.
playing too much Assassin's Creed, haven't you?
What the fuck is Assassin's Creed?
Don't look at me.
It's a video game that the can play, or the key play. Kind play, I'm sorry. 3 times as a charm.
All good.
Alright, I say we all clear out of here. We have some information to spread.
That much is true.
Indeed.
Okay, wait. You over here.
Sounds
Elgin, by the way, the power emanating from that place is of a level you've never seen. I mean, even with the magic being the way it is, you've never seen such focused amount of power in one spot.
It's wicked strong. Wicked.
Yeah, wicked strong. And the note dogs are definitely the thing you definitely want to stay away from. Because now you see a second note dog and handler walking.
Yes, we clear out now.
I mean, they're just patrolling around the building, but they don't seem to have noticed you.
The nope dog in your face. Nobody's ready for that.
I will say it has stats, though, so.
And thus we can kill it.
Yes, thus you can kill.
I don't know if I even want to touch it. If it's a good boy or not, I don't think I'll get near it.
So are we done? That's it?
If you guys are going to leave it at that for now and just go back and try and...
This way, you won't get farther away from the others. This way, this is a nice point to share information.
Yeah, best way to stop. Alright, so
Yeah.
we will stop it there. Thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more.